they feel like a hug from Chad and Cheese. You got to get one from our friends at Aaron
I'm
App.
sure you should say it that way.
You don't think so?
Just throwing it out there.
Not everybody wants a hug from Chad and Cheese.
We need consent for that.
The visual that comes up in that moment. It's like,
This is why we need you two around, because Joel and I say stupid shit all the time. We have no clue. We're dumb men.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to the Chad and Cheese, HR's most dangerous podcast. I am Chad. Are you not entertained, Sowash?
I am Maureen. Girls rule, boys drool, Clough.
and I'm JT. Please invite me someplace warm, O'Donnell.
Oh, I'd love to have you here. It's almost down to 60 degrees, so it's getting a little chilly.
I know. You're rubbing it in.
on this week's cheese-free show, chaos management back in the USSA. See what I did there? Employer.com and Mr. Beast bid for TikTok. And who knew science, technology, engineering, and math was a fetish? Grab your happy sock, kids. We'll be right back.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
What the hell does that mean?
That's a good question. Well, hello. What's up, ladies?
What's up, Chad?
How's
Joel,
Portugal?
It's getting a little chilly, as I'd said. It's almost 60 degrees here. I had to put on another layer. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How about you guys? Where are we at? Mo, where are you at?
We at Seattle. We're hanging on here. It's not 60. It is sunny though.
9 a.m. there, right?
I know. It's pretty early. But I'm here, and I'm happy to be here.
Lies. JT, you're on the East Coast, so a little bit better. Noon.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire, baby. Ooh. 4 degrees walking the dog yesterday. Yeah. What is wrong with this picture?
4 degrees walking the dog. Okay, kids. So Joel is obviously out this week. It's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is less Taco Bell and Chipotle jokes. The curse, I have too much smarter co-hosts, so I guess I got to be on my game this week. JT and Mo, again, welcome back. But first time on the show together, so can't wait to start digging in with you. We got stuff to talk about. This is going to be
big female energy today. Love it. Here for it.
I'm here for it. Oh my God, am I here for it? Jesus. Are you ready to dig into some shout outs?
Is it time for shout outs?
Apparently it's time for shout outs. And for you kids out there, yes, that is Stephen McGrath. We had him do a bunch of new sound effects because everybody knows Stephen is our favorite Scott. So let's hear it again.
Is it time for shout outs?
Oh yeah. So melodic as well. Okay, Mo, you got a shout out. Hit it.
All right, my shout out, it goes to whoever is the White House photographer of this new administration, because what I beheld on whitehouse.gov is a gift that will keep on giving. It is legitimately the weirdest headshot I've ever seen in my entire life. And I mean, are you kidding me? Like I'm pretty speechless, honestly. I saw this and I was like, this can't be real. but this is the one that he chose. Like, what? Where am I? What is happening?
It's the Emperor Palpatine is what it is.
I mean, it's unbelievable. So thank you to whoever made this fly. Like, my heart goes out to you forever because this is epic.
This is epic. That's
epic.
Whatever you want to call it. Sight
to be seen.
Yeah. So before we get into my shout out, did you guys watch the inauguration at all?
I did.
Did you?
I did watch parts of it.
What did you think? I keep hearing, because I didn't take the time. I keep hearing that it's kind of like a made for TV movie kind of thing.
If you see all the videos afterwards, the memes that were made, literally a bunch of them, I was thinking that when I, not kidding you, like, literally, I was like, he was, I mean, they just captured moments of, people looking off into space, giggling, fashion issues, the vice president's son patting both parents on the head. They just put together the greatest montages out of that thing that I don't remember in any inauguration prior to. So
I really hope that Barron, because he's going to need it, he gets like a fashion consultant or something, because he looks like a serial killer. And again, I mean, he's a kid, he's 18, 19 years old. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you got money, guys. I mean, your brothers look like idiots. Try to get away from that look, please.
But doesn't
please,
buy you class or style, does it?
Oh my God.
No,
okay.
But you remember that age? At that age, nobody older than you knows to tell you what to dress. I mean, when you're 19,
and you probably won't listen anyway.
Know how to dress, and so you're dressed like you're not going to listen to anybody. If the fashion consultant is his age or younger, we might have a shot.
His friends don't dress like that. There's no way.
John Fetterman had the right energy. I mean, I was like, damn, I applaud your choice. Wow.
Dude,
shorts to the inauguration in like, what was it, like 4 degrees or something? I don't know.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Well, I gotta
go for it, dude.
Get ready for my, can I do this? Oh, I can't. I gotta do it the right way.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Boom. Yes. Getting into a beer for my shout out. My shout out goes out to our YouTube subscribers and viewers. A couple of weeks ago, I shared our 2024 Spotify numbers. And this week, thanks to our listeners and new viewers, the Chad and Cheese YouTube channel views grew over 350% in 2024. And watch time to our content was up almost 400%. So shout out to everyone watching the Chad and Cheese on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure all your family, friends, everybody, Chad and Cheese on YouTube. Shout out to you. JT?
So my shout out is to a guy on LinkedIn named Austin Nasso. You should go look him up, Austin Nasso. If you didn't see this, Austin apparently considers himself an AI futurist as well as a comedian. And he posted a very important breakdown of making $340,000 per year in San Francisco as a software engineer, and it's utterly unlivable. Let me break down why I can't afford it.
Shit.
Some highlights include the DoorDash salads at $1,680 a month. The dinner and drinks for Hinge dates, excluding 2 Michelin star, was $2,380. He ends up $1,000 in the hole per month, and he doesn't know what to do about it. That also includes the Cybertruck lease for $1,368.
My favorite part.
And so he's struggling. Now, folks, if you didn't get through the bottom and realize he was joking, right? 11,000 comments later and counting, half of these are people telling him what's wrong with him, and another quarter are giving him financial advice on how to fix his numbers legitimately.
Come on, people.
Legitimately.
What is wrong with people?
Buy a clue.
I think this is just amazing that he could slide in like this and have this many people not understand he was joking. Austin, you win. Yeah.
Yep. He's
amazing.
the best. Love that guy.
Amazing. That's amazing. Yes.
There's
what
a
we
picture.
need is more comedy, kids.
We
That's
do.
what we need.
And
my
intelligent comedy. I mean, this thing is
Yes.
hilarious,
I'm getting my news exclusively from The Daily Show for probably about 4-ish years. So yes, comedy will save us all.
It will. Hey, listener. Hey, I'm seeing here that you're watching every single week. Yeah, I know YouTube, Google, they have these analytics things, and you haven't subscribed yet. I don't know what the problem is. Hopefully, it's probably Joel. I know it's probably Joel, but it's okay. It's okay. He's not here right now. Just go ahead and click subscribe. Click subscribe. And another thing that's going to save us.
Oof, events. Where are we going, boys?
Yeah, that's right. So a week from today, Julie and I are starting our road trip in Spain. That's right, kids. Spending a couple of nights in Seville, then hopping north to Caceres for a few nights, and ending up in Madrid for the Smart Recruiters All Hands event. We're going to be doing a simulcast, ending up with like a gala before jumping back on a jet plane and coming back to the fury of executive orders happening in the U.S. And then hopefully you guys will be able to join us in the Transform happening at the Wynn in Las Vegas on March 17th and 19th. So if you can't go to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day, why not the hell go to Las Vegas, spend it with Chad and Cheese at Transform? If you haven't registered, it's coming up. Go to chadcheese.com/events. Come see us at Transform. And any thoughts? Any travel going on? Personal, business? What's happening between you two?
Yeah. I'm literally getting on a plane tonight to Florida. I wasn't kidding.
Ooh.
I booked the flight 2 days ago.
The -4 or whatever.
I have a daughter that
Makes
lives
sense.
there. So she's, mom's going to come work out of your apartment is how that's going to work for a few days so I don't freeze. But yeah, I am. And then I'm coming back but I put an order in, just so everybody knows. I've put an order in for March 11th and 12th here in Portsmouth because I am actually teaching a class here for 2 days. It's a 2-day mastermind called Expertise Unleashed.
Awesome.
And it teaches executives how to build their brand without looking like a jerk. So you got a lot of people out there right now that don't know how to build a brand.
So many.
Right? And their LinkedIn feeds are horrific. And we've talked about this, like the whole future's branding. I'm sorry, you're a business of one. You're an expensive brand. You want to make 6 figures plus a year. And yet it blows my mind how many people don't understand this. And so if you're interested, DM me because we will be turning up the heat some way here the 11th and 12th and saving a lot of people's LinkedIn's profiles.
So
thank you for your service, honestly. Thank you for your service.
It is my job. Yeah, literally.
Well, we need you. I mean, if I have to see another visionary thought leader, I cannot do it.
Can we break down thought leader real quick? Can we please break down thought leader? I mean, if you are not a leader with execution, who gives a shit what you think? If you have no practical exercise and or experience in actually building shit and putting it out there, then who gives a fuck? I mean, really, I'm a thought leader. When people call me that, I'm like, okay, stop that shit. I actually do stuff. I do stuff, right? So anyway, what your thoughts? Is that a bad thing? Do you steer people away from thought leader, JT?
Big time. I actually steer people away from putting leader in there because leader is a compliment somebody pays you about your management style, right? I think the most successful people scrub all subjectivity out of their profiles and just spit facts. It's simple. Throw up the numbers. You throw up the numbers, it's going to be fine. And then, from a content standpoint, provide something valuable advice-wise. No thought leadership.
You make too much sense, JT. You're making too much sense for me.
Yeah. You know what also makes sense? Free stuff, kids. Free stuff. Go to chadcheese.com/free. You get a cool t-shirt. JT wore hers last week. From Aaron App. They feel like, I don't know. Where is yours?
I don't have one.
They feel like a hug from Chad and Cheese. You got to get one from our friends at Aaron App.
I'm sure you should say it that way.
You don't think so?
Just throwing it out there.
Not everybody wants a hug from Chad and Cheese.
We need consent for that.
The visual that comes up in that moment. It's like
this is why we need you two around, because Joel and I say stupid shit all the time. We have no clue. We're dumb men. Bourbon barrel aged syrup for your Belgian waffles. I mean, what could be better than bourbon barrel aged syrup? Pappy's, like the best bourbon from our friends at Kiora, craft beer from the data geeks over at Aspen Tech Labs. We have whiskey from our friends at who's doing? Van Hack. Holy shit, we've got Canadians all over the place. Van Hack. 2 bottles of whiskey to your front door. And if it's your birthday, it's time for a little rum with plum. I got to make sure I get the good one out because everybody loves this one. plum.io. Joel will be back next week for birthdays. That's chadcheese.com/free. And here it comes. Time for topics.
That was amazing.
I got to get those melded together. So we have a fury of content that's coming out today, kids. First and foremost, I would like to call this our Trump negative 2.0 block. So the beginning of the dismantling of DEI in the USSA, this week, many executive orders were signed and many were revoked. Among those revoked was the Lyndon B. Johnson's executive order 11246, signed back in 1965, focused on, guess what? Equal employment opportunity. Yeah, that's a thing. In conjunction with that, the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs, aka OFCCP, within the Department of Labor shall immediately stop promoting diversity, cease promoting diversity. B, hold federal contractors and subcontractors responsible for taking affirmative action, which means no enforcement, period. C, allowing or encouraging federal contractors and subcontractors to engage in workforce balanced based on race, color, sex, sexual preference, religion, or national origin. Holy shit, ladies, we're back in the 1960s. What are your thoughts? Mo, I know I can see it in your eyes. You just want to let loose. Let me hear it.
I just what the actual fuck? Like, honestly, like, what is going on with this? I knew it was coming. I know this is the whole shock and awe campaign. Like, that's what's going on right now. Yeah. But it's still like
firestorm.
It's insane. And to me, when you think about it, first of all, it's horrendous business. I mean, some actual leaders, like, we're going to call them leaders because they actually do lead by example and do good things, right? Mm-hmm. Like Mark Cuban, he understands that this is just like a bad business practice. And I don't understand how others can't see that, can't see the error of their ways. Like, this is just absurd. And the basis for their argument on the reason DEI shouldn't be there is really hinging on meritocracy. Dude, that's not a thing. Like, can we be honest about that? That is not a thing. I have been in countless corporate organizations where I have seen it firsthand. Everybody knows this. It's not a meritocracy, and equity is critically important, not just because it's the morally right thing to do, not just because it's the ethically right thing to do, but also because it is better for business outcomes. So this is just like an incredibly ridiculous own goal, performative action, absurdity, and I hate all of it. I absolutely abhor it, and I could have even been stronger in my feelings, but that is where I am.
What do you think, JT?
Yeah, for years I've been saying to job seekers, whether you like it or not, hiring is discrimination. So if you think about it, we get down to 5 candidates, and they all have the exact same skills. Think of them as 5 apples. I can't eat all 5 apples today. I got to pick one. Do I want the sour one? Do I want the greener one? And so we live in this world where hiring is discrimination, but we worked really hard to get that to a place where the discriminating was down to things that people had some control over, right? Whether it was your experience, your communication style, etc. And so to see us reverse back and allow all these other forms of discrimination come in it's disheartening. It is. And it's, as the voice of the job seeker here, they're so defeated because it's already hard enough to get a job in this market. You're already fighting against massive competition. And it's like adds another layer for people. And I think it gets people to the point where they just give up. Now, the optimist in me really hopes that this upsets enough younger people who are thinking about how to form companies and how we'll have teams that manage one day, that it'll sit in their craw so badly that they'll go all in the other direction and really start to build up. You have to believe that when somebody does something this severe, the pendulum's going to swing back, right?
Yeah.
I've got everything crossed.
100%.
That's the case. And it's unfortunate, but we're going to take the cards that are being dealt right this second, and I'm going to get scrappy with my clients, and we're going to figure out ways, and so, yeah, same thing.
That's all we can do right now. Yeah. But to JT's point, So real quick for the listeners, I'm going to kind of hit you up on this one. The OFCCP, why does that matter? The OFCCP was created to hold government contractors' feet to the fire, because if they're taking millions and or billions of taxpayers' money, and we're talking about taxpayers that are black, white, brown, male, female, gay, trans, I mean, everybody, right? Okay, so those companies are taking taxpayer money. So there was a different standard created for those government contractors, and the OFCCP enforced past tense, that standard until this week, right? On the corporate America side, I mean, corporate America will love working the roads with no guardrails. McDonald's new not so inclusive statement is, quote, "We are retiring setting aspirational representation goals and instead keeping our focus on continuing to embed inclusive practices that grow our business into our everyday process and operations," end quote. So the retiring setting aspirational representation goals, lest we not forget, kids, what gets measured gets done. And they're stopping measuring it, right? So corporate America will stop measuring representation, and anything DEI will fade away. Now, the positive part here, I'm going to end on a positive. The beautiful part about this is all of these executive orders, they're not hardwired into the system as laws. That's where politicians have gotten lazy and expected presidents to lead by EO instead of Congress actually doing the hard work, doing their fucking jobs by hardwiring diversity, equity, and inclusion into our society through legislation, right? So, yes, we are going to see a firestorm of changes, bad changes, but if they're not hardwired, it's a firestorm that hopefully will only last 4 years. What damage can be done in 4 years? That's the hard part. But at the end of the day, I agree, Mo, from the meritocracy standpoint, it's much like trickle-down economics. It was a great promotional propaganda bullshit scheme that really helped out 1% of the population, right? But everybody else bought into it. So 100%. At that point, any comments on my stupidity I just threw out there?
I mean, first of all, everything you said made complete sense to me. So no stupidity from me in terms of how I would classify what you just said. But I will say that I think, to JT's point, we are going to see, yes, there will be a lot of this bad outcome for sure. But we will see people who will stand up and say, I'm going to do the right thing, both by my moral values and also by my business outcomes, right? And so people will stand up and say they care about this, like Costco. There will be more companies. There will be more companies also that are led by Gen Z. Gen Z, I read somewhere, I can't remember exactly where it was, but that they specifically care about business ethics and where they choose to work. And so people will not go take jobs at companies that don't have the values that they do. So that's going to be an outcome too. You're going to lose out on talent who gives a damn about what they're doing and the impact they're making. So I'm trying to take a little bit more of a hopeful bet. I'm a little bit angry right now, and I'm still kind of working through my emotions.
Appreciate that.
I'm not going to get exhausted by this stuff. I am going to keep working and fighting and standing up for the little guy. So this is not cool.
Well, something else that we can talk about next on the executive order pile, hiring freeze plus RTO. So this from the desk of the president, quote, "By the authority vested in me as president, I hereby order a freeze of the hiring of federal citizen employees. Does not apply to military personnel, no shit, or the positions related to immigration enforcement, national security, or public safety. It shall not adversely impact Social Security, Medicaid, or veterans benefits," end quote. And then, quote, "Within 90 days, OMB and OPM with Doge," that's the idiots Vivek and Elon, "will submit a plan to reduce the size of the federal government workforce through efficiency improvements and attrition." Then, in a move we've seen from so many companies, now it's going to be tried by the White House, quote, "Heads of all departments and agencies in the executive branch of government shall, as soon as practical, take all necessary steps to terminate remote work arrangements and require employees to return to work in person as their respective duty stations on a full-time basis, end quote. Hiring freeze plus RTO. It's hard to keep a positive outlook this week. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
It's rough.
I mean, we saw it coming, right?
100%.
You knew the
Yeah.
RTO was coming. Absolutely. As soon as he took office.
Yeah.
I literally can't wait to watch how this idea of wasteful spending will be, the wasteful spending czars of Doge, how they're going to handle it. Someone told me that they believe that something around 72 cents, please somebody fact check me, of every dollar brought in, taxpayer dollars, is wastefully spent. I'm like, really? We're that far off? Okay. So, if they're going to show us some numbers, it'll be fascinating. They're just going to flood the market though with people. That's that. And those government workers are not going to be prepared for the job market that they're walking into.
Nope.
It's already hard enough to get a job, but to try to move from government to for-profit or nonprofit to for-profit, changing a lane is so dang hard in this world because everybody wants what they want. I want, the bilingual brain surgeon for $10 an hour. Bring me those 5 people. I mean, every recruiter out there, we call them purple squirrels, right? Like the purple squirrel thing is on steroids right now. And then even still, if you bring them 3 people, they go, well, that was a little fast. Because there's a lot of people out there. Why don't you go out and find like 7 more? Because you found me 3 people that are perfect in a week. No, that can't be right. So so now you're going to flood the market.
Those hiring managers. Yeah.
Exactly. You're talking government workers are going to have no idea how to look for work, and are probably not going to get great job search resources. Just saying. I'm not sure what outplacement program POTUS is going to be using, but I just think
going to use one?
Well, send them my way. But I just I can't even, it's already crazy right now. Like if you just spend some time, I can't even when that whole group of people hits the market.
It's definitely rough out there. What I found interesting about this whole move is they're saying the quiet part out loud that a lot of people don't actually acknowledge publicly, which is that they expect attrition with RTO initiatives. That is the freaking point. That is a layoff without calling it a layoff. I call them 100%. RTO layoffs. That's what it is. Yep. And so here we go. And, I do think that it's going to impact people who are older, more experienced workers who have embedded themselves in communities, who might be caring for older relatives, who might have kids in schools and have a community around them. And they're not going to be able to go back. I also think that's by design because they are likely to potentially have a higher income, right? So it's just, it's gross. We see what they're doing. We know what they're doing. Like you said, JT, I mean, obviously we all saw this coming. It doesn't make it suck any less. Hopefully those people have a contingency plan, a plan B. We all need that in corporate these days because the 30-year corporate career or government career is dead. So it's a shame. But, everybody in this situation, I'm sure, was not surprised by what happened. And I also want to say, I think it will be interesting to see what falls apart in the wake of all these people leaving, right? Because guess what? People make things work. People do things that make things function. Companies and governments function. And so we'll see some sort of a repercussion from this move. And it might be something that really hurts Trump and his administration because they made this call and people are like, oh shit, this thing broke. And it's because they made this call. Well, thanks a lot. It's almost like, remember when the Spotify CEO laid off 1,500 employees and was like, oh shit, it's harder to get stuff done now. It's like, people need to recognize that workers make companies, make governments function. This is not rocket science, but apparently it is. I mean, we have a rocket scientist at the helm in Elon Musk, and he's doing this kind of shit. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, well, I mean, Elon actually said it that they're looking for people to quit. Like he said, they're saying the quiet 100%. Part out loud. And according to OMB, about 1.1 million employees, 46% of the civilian population were eligible for some form of remote work. 1.1 million, right? So take a look and think about this. So they're looking to actually close the borders, which they're already doing, which means a lot of these entry-level jobs that Americans just won't do anyway, right?
Exactly.
Do they expect these individuals to go do those jobs? I mean, we're talking about the difference between a careerist in the government, and then there's just a market mismatch that's going to happen. Totally. And then what's going to happen to the job? I mean, this is just fucking lunacy.
Yeah, but it's insane.
Can we just talk about the fact that I have people right now walking into Home Depot, walking into fast food retail. I shouldn't just name one name, but walking into these places and being told, yeah, I'm not going to hire you because the moment you get a better job, you're going to leave.
You're overqualified, right?
I mean, they're flat out told that. Yep. So it's not a question of whether, I mean, there are people desperate and will do those jobs now and aren't being given a shot. So who's going to educate all the managers out there that you should be taking those people and giving them a shot?
Well, they're not going to have a choice soon. They're not going to have a choice soon. Because
you're right. Again, you won't have a choice soon.
If you push the immigrants out, the ones who are actually doing that job in the first place, the ones that they're leaning heavily on, and don't get me wrong, great workers spend almost $100 billion in taxes every year, and we're pushing all that out, right? So it's like there's going to be this huge mismatch in the workforce, and then the economy is going to have problems around that. Do you expect a careerist who's actually worked at a desk for, I don't know, say the last 10 years to go work at a fucking dock? Mm-hmm. No. But that is our supply chain.
Right.
Yep.
And we saw what happened to our supply chain during COVID, right? Exactly. So we've got to be careful around this. We
really do.
It's like crazy.
Some industries will be completely decimated by this move, and it's like it's not like we can't see this coming. And so all of this is to say, like, what kind of leadership is this when you can see what is going to be the fallout from people being fearful for their jobs, being fearful for their families' abilities to stay in this country? Like, it's just, I'm so sick of all of this nonsense. It's absurd. And you know, the othering and the xenophobia and everything. It's just insane.
Mm-hmm. It's insane. And what is also insane is that we're going to talk about Mr. Beast. We'll be right back.
So you posted a new job ad. Now you can sit back and wait for the applications to roll in, right? That's why we built JobPixel. Imagine showing candidates why your company is great with real people, real stories, and real culture. With JobPixel, it's not just another job ad. It's an invitation to something much bigger.
Video gives you a 3 times better response rate. So instead of chasing after candidates, they'll be coming to you.
And with a 34% boost in conversions, candidates aren't just looking, they're applying.
And if you're worried about people clicking away, don't be. Our videos reduce bounce rates by 25%. That means they're watching, they're engaged, and they're interested.
282% more engagement. Yeah, you're gonna need a bigger inbox.
Finding the right candidate is tough, but with JobPixel, it doesn't have to be. Show your company's authentic story, and the candidates will follow.
Let's make recruiting fun again, because honestly, it could use some help.
Do you want to see how JobPixel can save you time and money while achieving your KPIs? Schedule a demo today.
Okay, and another what the fuck moment, for God's sakes. TikTok and you don't stop. TikTok shuts its 170 million American users out for a few hours last weekend and then allowed Americans back into the system, but not before receiving the following message, quote, "Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's efforts," who is not president yet, kids, officially, "TikTok is back in the USA," end quote. So Trump signed an executive order delaying the shutdown for 75 days and has suggested he might require ByteDance to give up a 50% stake to avert a total shutdown. Enter employer.com. Who the hell are those guys? And YouTube star Mr. Beast. Yes, the same Mr. Beast who has more than 346 million subscribers on YouTube. Jesus, that's fucking it's crazy. Mr. Beast is part of a group of investors assembled by employer.com's CEO Jesse Tinsley, who are submitting an all-cash deal to buy TikTok's U.S. business before a possible ban. Mo and J.T., let's break this down bite by bite. What do you think about TikTok's brief shutdown? JT, you go first. This is your lane. This is definitely we're all on the socials, but TikTok, definitely your lane. Hit it.
I mean, if you hung out at any time on Saturday on TikTok, it was just a tear fest, right? Like I couldn't get tears off my page, and desperate pleas to go to other platforms. So then all of a sudden it comes back on Sunday, and you go from tears to rage. I just, rage. It's like, whoa, just like way too much drama. But it still comes back to the fact that whatever administration, government as a whole, really wants a handle on TikTok. Mm-hmm. They want access to it. And there's a million different theories out there, but I just look at the fact that they have the best algorithm out there.
They do.
They have the best algorithm out there, and people want it. And so, you can wrap it up in any way that you want to talk about the risks and everything. And I respect that and understand that. Mm-hmm. But America, we like having what we want and getting what we want. And, we want this algo, our people are on it. We want this algo. So we're going to do what it takes to get it. That's where it's going to end up. So we may be back in 90 days or 75 or whatever it was, if they don't get their way, because ultimately one way or another, it's going to come down to somebody in the US getting their mitts on that algo.
That's a strong point. I got to say, have we all lost our damn minds? Do we not remember that back a few years ago, Donald Trump was like, we have got to ban TikTok. China has TikTok. Blah. I can't do the voice. I wish I were Austin Nasso, by the way. He does an incredible Donald Trump voice. Please go check it out. And Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and all of them. But anyway, he was the one who put us in this position, and now we're heralding him as the savior of TikTok. I can't, guys. The cognitive dissonance that is required to survive. What is going on? He made this happen. He didn't. It's so infuriating. But I mean, I think I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. The CCP involvement is concerning for sure. I understand the idea that it could be a problem, right? Yeah. For sure. I also understand that a lot of people make significant money and incomes and side hustles and have full platforms on TikTok. And it hurts my heart to think of that just dissolving. So, obviously I have no say in whatever happens, but as far as Mr. Beast goes, man, that guy is a legend in my house. My kids are obsessed with Jimmy Donaldson. He is the man. So I'd rather him than some other people, I suppose. And, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, sure. Why not the world's most prolific content creator? He could probably make it better, maybe. But yeah, I agree. The algorithm is something to behold. And I can see how people want to get in on that in the US.
Yeah. So
I'll make a prediction.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're good at those.
We're so close to the next thing. We're due. Everything has its peak. Mm-hmm. And TikTok is it's not that it won't be around for a long time. Facebook is still here, but she ain't number one. You know what I mean? And so,
she's had her day.
TikTok, we're all busy obsessing over this. There's some crazy cool stuff coming down the pike, and all it's going to take is one to go viral and figure it out, and boom.
Is it going to be Red Note?
I'm always looking for that one, and I will be here for it when it arrives.
Well, Red Note is owned by China.
I know.
It is literally
so
owned by China. Yeah, I know.
I was this is our plan B? What's happening?
Yeah, and Flip. You literally make money the moment you get on the app, and you review products and make money. I mean, it's crazy. You're looking at the monetization of TikTok and going, there's a whole next gen thing here that will drive people. So it's just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, all I have to say is this is the...
What the fuck?
Episode. So, I mean, this administration... And stick with me here real quick, kids. I mean, this administration is going to be known as the fellatio administration because TikTok publicly got on their knees and figuratively performed fellatio on Trump with the bullshit message. And then in an effort to score great optics and marketing value, Employer.com pulls in Mr. Beast and other investors. Very smart until, unfortunately, Employer.com's CEO, Jesse Tinsley, made this statement covered by Bloomberg. Quote, as President Trump reestablishes American dominance, I don't know why I'm giving that voice, but I'm going to continue. Our group stands ready to partner with the U.S. government to acquire TikTok and help secure the state and stabilize the platform for hundreds of millions of Americans to safely enjoy. End quote. Dude, get off your knees. So embarrassing. It's so embarrassing watching not just Tinsley, but Zuckerberg grovel.
Oh God, I can't.
Watching Pichai, Bezos, and Musk. I mean, very powerful men just wither.
What's the point of fuck you money if you can't say fuck you? Like, are you kidding me?
It feels in kids. I don't. This is not a hyperbole thing. This feels like oligarchs and Putin. Mm-hmm. Tell me it's different. How is it different? I mean, it's not. So to me, again, it's another what the fuck moment. And I'm sorry. Again, I think we're going to get T-shirts of, Fellatio 2025 created.
No. Hard pass. The female energy on this call is saying nope.
I'm kidding.
I want to know what's in that beer. What is that with Portugal beer? Cracks beer and
I'm dying.
There we go. Get there. Yep. Oh, it's better.
It's just good stuff.
This is why you have a diverse team, Chad. We help make better business decisions.
And again, this is why I put this out there so you can say, no, that's fucking stupid. And I'm like, okay.
No, I mean,
Thank you.
It's just so blatant. Right? Everything's so public, so blatant.
It's out loud, like you'd said before, right?
There's
everything before was stealthy.
Anymore. That's my point. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But the thing that kills me is the mental gymnastics people are doing now to say it ain't so. I'm like, God. I'm sorry, do you have eyes and half a brain? Because if you do, stop it. Like, come the F on. Like, this is so blatant. This is not normal behavior. This is not normal behavior.
Wait, when you see Musk like retweeting, re-Xing, whatever the fuck he's doing with AFD posts, right?
I cannot.
And then he has the Nazi salute, not just once, but twice, right?
Twice. So people knew what he was doing.
You cannot unsee that shit, right? So it's this is
wake up, people.
But the thing is, this is the flood of shit that comes at us, so that we're distracted. Away from the things like 11246, right? DEIB, those types of things. So,
or we just get all so numb to it that nothing phases us.
See, and that is also a thing.
Right. That's what they're hoping for, and it's not going to work on me, man.
Right? We're just going to be not even phased.
Nope. I mean, I wish it weren't so as much as the next person, but I'm not going to do those mental hurdles and gymnastics to contort myself into a human pretzel so that I can accept what just happened. Nope, not happening. Yeah, I know what happened. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, that's a great transition for our next segment, Pornhub. We'll be right back.
Hospitality is the heart of our society. It brings people together to share great food, drinks, and experiences. But successfully managing a restaurant or hotel is no easy feat. That's where Harri comes in. Harri is the frontline employee experience platform that helps you build, manage, and engage great teams. With Harri, managers can easily find and hire top talent, manage timekeeping, and communicate with employees at any time from any place. Candidates and team members can quickly and efficiently apply for jobs, swap shifts, and access important information entirely from their mobile devices. And Harri's robust employee engagement tools make team members feel more connected than ever. With Harri, as an owner or operator, you get a bird's eye view of your business. From turnover cost, labor cost, employee sentiment, compliance risk, and team performance. Run your business better by understanding the power of your people. Because when your team is the heart of your business, Harri is the heartbeat. See how it transforms your business.
All right. So content creators to the left of us and piles of cash to the right. Zara Dar left her doctorate in bioengineering to become a full-time creator. Here's a little background from Dar's LinkedIn profile. Quote, I am an American STEM content creator with a background in engineering and growing passion for computer science. After mastering out of a top PhD program, I chose to pursue content creation full-time. I run a STEM-focused YouTube channel with over 150,000 subscribers where I create engaging educational content, end quote. Dar's content on OnlyFans, I'm go there real quick, earned her $240,000 last month. Yes, last month in December of 2024. So it's apparent that Dar's STEM content is popular. But there's a kinky twist, as recently she posted the following on LinkedIn, quote, "People may not know this, but I publish the same STEM videos." That's science, technology, engineering, math kids, STEM videos on both YouTube and Pornhub. Yes. While YouTube generates more views, the ad revenue per 1 million views on Pornhub is nearly 3 times higher, end quote. Does this mean Khan Academy should also put all of their educational videos on Pornhub?
I'm sorry, I'm busy setting up my Pornhub account. Hold on a second.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this girl has it figured out. Maybe we are doing it wrong. Like, maybe I need to completely transition all my I'm like vacillating between girl, get that bag, and oh my God, like, what has this world come to? Yeah. And we want more women in STEM, but this I don't think is how they meant it.
But it is fascinating to me that she said, look, it's the same videos.
That is fascinating.
I just want to throw that out because content creators who monetize on content do pop out on multiple, right? LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, you get comped on some, you get known on others. And you sit there and for people who that's their living, they're trying to optimize. For her to make a statement like that, to say the content's not any different, so you can watch it free on YouTube, or that is fascinating to me. It talks about the monetization models of both sides and what gets valued. I don't know.
Is she saving the education system, though? I mean, all these people that are flooding to Pornhub and they're finding themselves watching STEM videos. Is she single-handedly just fixing the education process?
We need to see the grades. I mean,
we do.
Could you post your grade after you watch the video and let me know?
Because how much did you take away from this content? But she does post other content on OnlyFans. It's not only the same things that she puts on YouTube. So I think that's an important factor here.
I didn't check that out, but okay.
Racist stuff. I read a Business Insider article about it, and I was like, oh, so it's not just her videos. But I mean, so she might already have a fan base who's there for maybe slightly different reasons. I'm just guessing. I'm not her, demographic, but target demographic. But I'm assuming that part of that plays into her earning more. But I think like the transparency angle is important.
Do you think she's doing like the naked news thing though?
She might be. I haven't signed on
OnlyFans. Okay, because she said that her content's the same going from YouTube to Pornhub.
According to
OnlyFans
BI.
might be different, but I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's different. OnlyFans versus Pornhub. Yeah, that may be absolutely accurate, and so I take that aspect back. Yes.
Yeah. But bioengineering. You got something on your mind, JT. Get it out there. Get it out there.
I just. We're sitting there and we're talking about, we live in a country, thank goodness, where you can, create your own businesses and be an entrepreneur and set these things up. And, like you see something like that and, she's teaching us something that she's made a choice. This is how she wants to monetize. It's successful. And it just reminds you that there's a lot of different ways to make a dollar. A lot of different ways to make a dollar. And she's in STEM, I'm not going to lie, engineering degree, nerd girl. I'm impressed. I think all the females are going to come at me after this session, but her choice to do what she wants, but she's taking something she's really passionate about.
Why would they come after you though?
Because I don't think they should.
This is empowerment. How is this not empowerment?
So some will say empowerment. Some will say that she's cheapening herself in order to do this and selling out, if you will.
$240,000 last month.
Cheapening yourself to make $240K.
You call that cheap?
Same content. I agree. So to me, I
get that back.
I think it's impressive what she's done. And I think it just shows there's a lot of different ways to make money off content. It's not just, one silo, not just taking your clothes off. It's not just being funny. We are a content economy. We're a service economy. And I think everyone is a content creator. Everyone has the ability to create content in them and make money off it. That is the truth. And I look at that and go, she's giving an amazing example of it.
Yeah.
I agree. Fair. And I'd like to say thank you both for helping us make content right here. If Joel was on, he would already be pulling together the OnlyFans.
Thank God he's not here today.
Thank God he's not here. But again, thanks JT, thanks Mo. Another great show again, making it a hell of a lot more smart than two of us dummies. We appreciate all of it, and we'll see you back. Oh yeah, and by the way, listeners, it's that time. We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho, pepper jack, Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!